and Nashville booked for the ride. Light is on the first over 1,400 metres and they're ready to gallop. Racing now. Pretty good line out of the gates. Powder Finger jumped nicely together with Classic Dreamer sent forward. In for here, right there in third. Miss Thatcher behind, Eight of a Kind rushing around the outside. They're followed then by Melody again, just being restrained as Master Awards goes forward. Canny Hill goes forward out wide. In the second half of the field in the gold jacket is Nickel back on the outside of the favourite Take the Kitty. They're followed further back then by Charmed Destiny as they go into the first corner. Snap Book deeper out from Believe So. Keikoku, drawn the outside, is going to settle last. Down the side of the track, Classic Dreamer led the way from Eight of a Kind. Master Awards goes to third, followed by the long price Powder Finger on the rails. They're followed then by, just behind them is Canny Hill. Back on the inside is Miss Thatcher from Melody again, who's well off the speed as they come to the home corner now. Classic Dreamer just in front from Eight of a Kind. Wobbling their Master Awards. In for here, reined up, improving. Then came Powder Finger. Melody again. Further back to Nickel back. Right down the outside is Snap Book running on quite well as Eight of a Kind takes the lead now. Got a length and a half on. Melody again is closing in strongly now. Melody again lays it down to Eight of a Kind. Clear then from Nickel back. Snap Book wide out. Take the Kitty flashing home at the end. Melody again in front though, and Melody again just got in. Take the Kitty, a most unlucky second. Boy, it's savage the line. I think Nickel back third in front of Eight of a Kind. Then Miss Thatcher, who was held up in the straight. Further back then to Keikoku, has made ground. Snap Book peaked on the run from Powder Finger. Charmed Destiny, Believe So. In for here, Master Awards, Canny Hill, and Classic Dreamer weakened out.
Well done, Jay. Nice way to start the day. A little bit unlucky last time, but got all the breaks today.
Yeah, she's been a bit unlucky a few times she's gone around, but that's more her. She you know, you want to go left, she wants to go right. That's her makeup. I think Scotty pulled the right move there and taken the shades off. She was a bit more manageable today. Wasn't as aggressive mid-race and was able to hold a midfield position, not leaving herself with so much work to do. Probably would have liked to put the blinkers on at the 200 to make her really knuckle down because she was very wayward and lacklustre in the run to the line. But much reward, you know, she's been hovering around the mark. She's shown she's certainly up to a highway and she got her reward today.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
So Travelling Kate's in, Boot Scooter being led up to the outside draw. And the light is on. And we're ready for race 2 here at Rosehill. 2,000 metres. They're off. And Wineglass Bay jumped okay. So did Too Much Caviar. Little mix between the pair. White Out Travelling Kate being sent forward. Scarlet Prince has gone down to the rails. Mayfair Spirit pushing on. Yukon drifts back. Then came Phillipsburg and Boot Scooter's been taken back to last. Too Much Caviar rolls to the front. Racing to the mile mark and down to the fence. Too Much Caviar. Mayfair Spirit rolls up on the outside. Travelling Kate caught pretty deep at the moment. Little mix between runners and Wineglass Bay's right there behind them on the fence. Then Scarlet Prince from Yukon, Phillipsburg and Boot Scooter last. The Too Much Caviar leads as expected at the 1,400 metres by a half down Travelling Kate. Getting a bit keen on the outside and she's a neck off the front runner now. Followed by Wineglass Bay just holding a spot on the inside of Mayfair Spirit. 2 further back to Little Mix in the running line around Scarlet Prince. 2 further back to Yukon, then Phillipsburg and Boot Scooter is back last of all. So they prepare to lead the back now. They've got 1,000 to go. And Too Much Caviar bowling along by a length and a half now on Travelling Kate, who did go and sit outside the leader briefly, but's now in a trailing position. Wineglass Bay, the favourite, given every hope by McDonald, leaders back. Then came Mayfair Spirit from Scarlet Prince, Little Mix. Got back to Phillipsburg from Yukon is now second last and 2 off to the roughy Boot Scooter. So Too Much Caviar, the second pick in the betting, shows the way by 3/4 now to Travelling Kate being scrubbed along. Now Wineglass Bay, McDonald gets gets busy on the back of the speed, but coming around the turn, and Bayliss is really up the tempo here on Too Much Caviar. The wheel spinning a bit with Wineglass Bay 2 lengths away. 300 metres to run. Too Much Caviar, a length and a half now. Wineglass Bay's coming off heels and coming with a challenge. Little Mix is a long way back, making ground. Too Much Caviar, tackled by Wineglass Bay, is trying to go past Wineglass Bay and Too Much Caviar. Stride for stride. Too Much Caviar and Wineglass Bay. Wineglass Bay bobbed and got there. Wineglass Bay in a stirring finish, got up by a head to Too Much Caviar. A margin back to Little Mix third. Scarlet Prince running on well at the end. Boot Scooter as well. Then Phillipsburg from Yukon, Mayfair Spirit and Travelling Kate.
Well done, Chris. Wineglass Bay, everything fell into place today.
Yeah, it did. He needed to win today. He's been a very consistent horse, but just found a little excuse, maybe distance, maybe the headgear. But today everything looked set to fall into place. And I was a little bit concerned. It was a good fight, the last 200 metres, but he pulled out a little bit more in the finish.
Especially when Too Much Caviar started to, really rev up coming to the turn.
Yeah, never easy to get past a Waterhouse and Bot Runner.
Yeah.
They're very fit horses, and when they're controlling and rolling, it makes it difficult. But I love the way James just shadowed the horse and pulled out and banked on there being a little bit more, and there was.
There was, just enough. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done, J-Mac. It was good today. Just bided your time a little bit more today.
Yeah, good gate. Was able us to get that perfect trip, and everything planned out perfect. I actually thought he'd win a bit easier, to be honest, but he got the job done.
Is he looking for further?
I don't know what he's looking for. He's maybe he's looking for Nash.
Well done, bud.
And Bazooka drawn the outside as the last to move in. Jet Stanley in the saddle. So Bazooka's locked away. The light is on. Favourite drawn the fence, Marquis. Racing now, Danish Prince began really well. Danish Prince lobbed in front from Swayze. Marquis, the favourite, settles in third. Clear third as well. Fujita Sand next on the outside. Green Shadows being taken back. Going up the inside, Grassless Style, Bazooka out wide trying to improve. And Manda Boss settles last. Danish Prince a comfortable leader by 2 lengths on Swayze. Similar margin back to the favourite. Marcus plonked on the rails as Bazooka went up to keep it company now. They're followed by Fujita Sam with a bit of cover. In advance of Grassless started. Now Green Shadows is 3 wide starting a run. And Manda Boss is the last one. So Danish Prince loafing along in the lead by 2 lengths. On Swayze second. Bazooka goes to a clear third. Green Shadows goes to fourth. Favourite drifting back a bit. Marquis on the rails, but not that far off the lead. This is a competitive go, and Green Shadows goes on with the job. Kira McAvoy sustains this run, although he had to give up now. Danish Prince kicks up from Swayze. Green Shadows. You don't see that very often with him. Then came Bazooka. Marquis back on the rails. Further back, Grassless starter. Fujita Sands all held up, and Manda Boss into the straight now. Danish Prince at the 350 from Swayze. Green Shadows, Bazooka, Manda Boss running on. Marquis is grinding as they go inside the 200. Danish Prince in front. Now Marquis is starting to wind up. Danish Prince being tackled by Marquis the outside. Grassless Styler storming home. Marquis just in front. Marquis just got in, just from Danish Prince or the fast finishing Grassless Styler. Then Fujita Sand late on the scene for fourth. Further back to Swayze, Manda Boss, Bazooka and Green Shadows.
Well done, James. How would you sum up the win?
Well, look, as we talked about before the race, it's a big step up for the horse. A pretty capable and consistent Saturday performer came at him late. So it was a good race, and yet he was, whilst getting all the favours, he was still able to get up and win. So that's an impressive resumption for his campaign, and not many horses get to win a double hat-trick.
A double hat-trick, that's what you were alluding to. Now I know what you were talking about. Is it just taking your time, no rush with this horse?
Yeah, we had to give him a little bit of time because there were times where we weren't that happy with him, but he's got that wonderful pedigree to keep improving, and he might be able to get further but nevertheless, he's going about it the right way now. He should have a good base for the rest of his campaign, and now he can aim at a couple of targets.
Good luck with the triple hat-trick.
Thank you.
Congratulations, J-Mac. Still not there yet. The penny's not dropped. It was a little bit too stop start for him, but he's game.
He is. He's got good quality. I thought that was a pretty strong 78, and especially come from midweek. He's lightly raced. He's only a big baby, but he's got talent. And yeah, like you said, it would be better with a flowing race.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Getting out to a benchmark 64 at Hawkesbury last time over this distance. Real Peace coming up. Real Peace drawn the outside, and the midway field is ready to go. There's the light. And they're off and racing. Pretty good line out. Electric has jumped okay. Lease going forward. Vain Invader, Satnus going up. Now Dream Deal out very deep on the outside of La Vesuvius. Further back then to Lease from Dr. Evil. Second last Naval Warfare, and Real Peace is the last one. So it's Lease in front of Satnus heading to the back. Dream Deal's cast a bit deep from La Vesuvius going forward. The La Vesuvius can go down to the rails now as Vain Invader took hold behind in fifth. Then came Electrica sixth, the rails. Further back in the field then to Mon Felicity in advance of Casual Connection. So this heavily back Mon Felicity's got four behind. Casual Connection, Dr. Evil, Real Peace, and Naval Warfare is the last one. At the 1,000 metres, Lease on top by a length and a half to Satnus. Then came La Vesuvius and Dream Deal as they start the run down past the 1,100 metres. Vain Invader 2 lengths away in fifth spot on the outside of Electrica. Then Mon Felicity travelling strongly around Casual Connection. Dr. Evil on the outside of Real Peace, and 2 lengths to the roughie of the field, Naval Warfare. So Lease leads at the 600 metres by 3/4 now to Satnus, followed then by La Vesuvius on the inside of Dream Deal, stoked up, trying to improve. Then Vain Invader, Electrica staying nailed to the fence as they straighten up now. And Lease being tackled by Satnus, 2 lengths away to Electrica, who's slipping into it, looking to come off heels. She gets clear running now, no excuses there as Mon Felicity gets going, and down the outside is Real Peace. It's Electrica, Mon Felicity, Real Peace the outside, Electrica the inside, races to a half-length lead on Mon Felicity. It's Electrica in front from Mon Felicity, and she gets the money today, Electrica. Wanted a long neck to Mon Felicity. Real Peace third, followed in by Vain Invader. Then came Dr. Evil, Satnus, Casual Connection, Naval Warfare. Then came Lease from Dream Deal. La Vesuvius was last.
Well done, Will. You just had to maintain the faith.
Yeah, she's been a pretty consistent horse, and it took a little while to figure her out. She doesn't cop a lot of work. She races in a manner that's prone to getting bad luck, and she's probably made a couple of jockeys look foolish, but she gets dictated to a bit because she can't be manoeuvred early, but the breaks came today.
That's
and,
right.
and she got the job done.
You knew she'd been unlucky. You knew what she was capable of, what was there, what was sitting there.
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, I thought she won a midway a few starts back,
Yes.
I'm thrilled for the owners. James Moss it was the first horse he's given us, and great to repay the faith.
Well done.
Cheers.
And here's Jay Collett.
Well done, Jace. If there's a horse on today's card that was deserved, it was her.
Yeah, she's due, I suppose you could say. Yeah, she found a bit of bad luck. Obviously going up to 18 was probably a bit of a question mark, but lovely run. Barrier definitely helped, and yeah, she was pretty electric when she quickened, and she held them at bay.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Of the field, Soju Session. Smashing Eagle looking to go back to back. He's the favourite. Red light on. And we're ready now for the fifth here at Rosehill. They're off and racing. Favourite last out of the gate, Smashing Eagle, 2 lengths behind the pack. Espresso jumped well, together with Delacour on the rails. Winning Versus going forward, and Extravagant Star just eases into fourth behind the speed. 2 lengths away to Defiant Heart on the inside of Duchy of Savoy. Then Soju Session, and the favourite Smashing Eagle has gone down to the rails last and about 7 lengths off the lead, which is Delacour over racing up front. Espresso has to park on the outside. Extravagant Star very well positioned on the inside of Winning Verse. 2 lengths away to Duchy of Savoy on the outside of Defiant Heart, and the last two, the favourite Smashing Eagle on the inside of the rank outside of Soju Session. Into the straight now, and Espresso moved up on the outside of Delacour, but Extravagant Star's had a terrific run, and she let down at a bound Extravagant Star and darts 3 lengths clear from Winning Verse. Espresso's flat out, and then came Duchy of Savoy. Smashing Eagle slicing through. It's too late. Extravagant Star's off and gone. Extravagant Star a length. Smashing Eagle thundered home into second. Defiant Heart third in front of Espresso. Then came Winning Verse, Duchy of Savoy, Delacour. Soju Session was last.
Well done, Kieran. A change of ownership for Extravagant Star. We were trying to remember that filly who won the Millennium. She was quite brilliant that day when Tony and Calvin had her. But what's been the story since then?
Yeah, I was actually at the mare's sale and they purchased her. And firstly, congratulations for putting her back into work. I just thought we had the facility up at the beach at Bob's Farm to get a horse like that maybe back into a bit of form, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but she was a really encouraging run first up at Warwick Farm, and then she's, from a better draw, she looked to have the race sort of in her keeping a long way out. So James Harding up there has done a great job with her, and yeah, she looks like she's hopefully getting back to what she's shown.
You name a bit higher now?
Yeah, I think so. Like she didn't have that higher rating, so that's hence why she's in the ratings race. So she can work through and hopefully get back to some black time.
Well done.
Cheers.
Congratulations, J-Mate. That was impressive.
Yeah, no, she was brilliant today. That turn of foot was incredible when I let her go. She put the field away really quickly and just idled the last little bit, but won with great authority. She's improved so much from her first up run, and yeah, she's obviously a quality mare who's home places.
There's a little bit of a moment on the home turn, but once you got out, rolled through.
Yeah, she was travelling so well. It was going to take a good one to keep her there, but yeah, we got.
Had a so-so trial since its last run, but punters are into her. Light is on. Ready to go in the Campbelltown Catholic Club over 1,500 metres. And they're racing. Pierre Rosser was last out, and How Good Are You sent forward from the wide draw. Powerful Peg jumped well. Call Die quickly on the scene. Nash goes up into third spot early on the outside of Kabaka. They're followed by Fear Naught taking a position down on the rails, so they slot into their positions early. And dropping back to last is Pierre Rosser as they go up into the first turn. Masquerade in third last spot. So How Good Are You leads comfortably by 2 lengths on the well-supported Powerful Peg. Now she's got a bit of a job on his hands here with Call Die. Just wants to muck up a bit on the outside of Kabaka. 2 lengths away to Masquerade from Fear Naught, and Parossa resuming is last of all. So down the side, it's a soft lead for How Good Are You. 2 in front to Powerful Peg in the slipstream. A length and a half then to Kabaka on the inside of Call Die, is now tugging along in fourth. A length and a half to Mask around the outside of Fear Naught, and Pirossa is still back last of you. So Clark's got a good grip here on How Good Are You. As Powerful Peg gets a bit closer on the outside, Call Die is just peeling deeper out as they straighten up now, and How Good Are You swings 2 in front to Powerful Peg. Dragon Cool Day. A length and a half further back to Fear North. 300 metres to go. How Good Are You leads the way by 2. Cool Dye's flat to the boards. Powerful Peg's gone. Then came Kabaka. Fear North's plotting, but How Good Are You? She's going great guns here. How Good Are You? She's going to space them. Cool Dye best of the rest second. Bob of the Heads for third. Fear North and Kabaka. Further back to Pierre Rosser. Powerful Peg. Masquerade's weakened right out of it.
Well done, Adrian. You can't let Tim Clark get away with sections like that.
Yeah, he was able to get into a nice rhythm, from that outside draw. She began well today, and he showed his intent early. But yeah, I guess that's where she's maturing now. Having had those couple of runs, she's sort of more tractable throughout the run, but able to put the race away. Previously, she sort of got to the front and sort of floated, and I think sort of let them into it. But when she sort of really quickened from the 600 days, she really meant business and was going to be hard to run down from there.
Only a rating 67 coming into that race, so where do you aim now?
Yeah, look, she obviously, I think she'll go through those grades pretty quickly. This is her first real racing preparation that she's had. I think she's come a long way in a short period of time, but I think obviously a lot more upside. Whether we sort of test her in stakes company now, I think she'll get there at some point, just sort of how quickly we want to get there.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Clarkie. That looked easy.
Yeah, it was. She was just in total control throughout the whole race. She got into a beautiful rhythm, but from the 700, really sort of stepped it up and made it a chase from then. And I knew that, realistically, if there was an 1800 for her, she would have been in an 1800. So I knew how strong she was going to be, and just felt that a couple of the dangers might have been a bit vulnerable at that trip. And Cordile was only second up, so yeah, I wanted to put the acid into them before the turn and really get them chasing, and she was really able to maintain a strong gallop, my mare, and she's going well.
Well done, mate.
Ta.
For the up-and-coming stakes, just attendance in there with one in the middle gates. Ready now. Racing. Last out of the gates was Cafe Millennium, and Les Vampires jumped very sharply. Griff's handled the start well. Griff's up running second early. They're followed by Mamwer will have to take a sit, and the favourite Cabalas goes to fourth as the field starts to string out a bit in the early stages at the 1,000. Ducasse over on the inside of Kintyre, 2.5 away to Tom Kidden. Encap's gone down to the rails inside Tutar Levita, then Hasty Honey and Cafe Millennium's last. Les Vampires shows the way, 3/4 to Griff, followed then by Kementari's only son, Mamwer, who travels third on the inside of the favourite Cabalas. 2 lengths away to Ducasse, then came Kintyre. Further back to Tom Kidden on the inside of Tutar Levita. Encap Racing held up third last as they come around the turn. Les Vampires still under a grip shows the way. Griff under plenty of pressure second. Cabalas, no excuses in the third position with Clean Air, followed by Kintyre. Further back to Mamwer and Tom Kidden coming to the outside. Griff showing plenty of fight, laying it down to Les Vampires. Kintyre running on. Cabalas one paced and Tom Kidden starting to lengthen. Kintyre in the middle of the track. Kintyre racer to the lead. Tom's on the scene. Tom Kidden and Kintyre, and Tom got the bob and beat Kintyre. Encap charging home into third. Then Ducasse and Griff from Les Vampires. Tutar Levita was next. Then came Hasty Honey from Mamwer. Cabalas very disappointing, and Cafe Millennium was always back last.
Well done, James. A marvellous return there from Tom Kidden.
That's an exceptional win first up. Not entirely surprising that he throws in a PB first up in his second prep, but he kept improving all last prep, but he's improved a lot to get to that level today, and to give upwards of 4 kilos and 5 kilos away to some of these horses it's a special performance resuming, and it doesn't lay a very promising platform for the rest of his spring.
You would, of course, know that he's going to get over further. He's going to eat up more ground.
Yeah, well, it's not easy for a 2-year-old to win over a mile at group level. We don't have many of them in Australia, and the fact that he was able to stretch out and accomplish that in the autumn Goes to show what sort of natural stamina the horse has got. Well, we trained him for it, of course, but you know, he's a very interesting horse. He could have. You know, I thought a few weeks ago he's got the Spring Champion Stakes written all over him. He might even have other races as well on the way there, off the back of performances like that. I'd be interested in Nash's feedback, but that's an exciting first up win. I mean, to get within a couple of lengths of them with the weight disadvantage would have been very promising. To win is hair raising, and to think, you know, Harry Angel's he's won the up and coming today with Tom Kitten. He nearly won the Vane last week, and one of his progeny nearly knocked off cylinder. So a wonderful start for that young sire, Harry Angel's spring credentials, I suppose. But Tom Kitten's he's just a raw horse who's improved vastly, and a very exciting addition to our racing team.
So what you're describing, are you thinking maybe have a crack at a Golden Rose?
Well, we'll make sure he's still in the nominations. It's a month away, but we'll keep those races in mind. He's you know, he just probably has got a bit to do to convince me just yet that he's going to be quick enough at 7 furlongs against those horses, but you never know, and high pressure over 7 furlongs can do interesting things to some of those precocious horses who have been jetting around at 6 furlongs in the autumn as 2-year-olds.
Well done today.
Thank you.
Here's Nash.
Well done, Nasha. How exciting is he?
Look, he's exciting just to get on him after riding him last prep, thinking you might have a nice horse here, and going to the gates today and realising we got a horse.
Like when he won at Randwick, he was quite arrogant, but what about the win today?
Yeah, once again, like you had all these plans to sort of ride for luck in the run, and you know, big weight, try and save ground, and you know, ride for the better part of the track. And I straightened up there and had a good look ahead of me, and it's like trying to park a bus in George Street. So look, I just give him his chance to wind up. Took me time, and he's just a horse you'd never find the bottom of. He's always got another gear.
He's a pretty fast bus.
Yeah, I tell you, just look, when you have a bit to do with them when they're young and they come back like this, it's pretty exciting, you know, when they fulfil what you think.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
The Smithfield Rosehill San Domenico over 1,100 metres. Corniche favourite, and we're just about ready to run. Racing now. Corniche actually was the last out of the gates, and Kandinsky Abstract being taken back. The Obstructed Drum fast together with Fire Star right there, and Introducing's trying to go with the pair, and kicking through a half length away, followed by Butch Cassidy and Libertad getting across from the wide gate. Field starts to string out, then came Moravia from General Salute. Now Corniche is back third last on the outside of Untouchable Legend, and Kandinsky Abstract sees them all. Fire Star held out the instructor for the lead. Introducing third, Libertad fourth, one out, one back. Then Butch Cassidy, three back the inside of Moravia. Further back, General Salute pushing wide from Corniche. Kandinsky Abstract very deep, and Untouchable Legends last. Fire Star and Introducing. They've locked horns at the 300 metres. Libertad is chiming in. Introducing needs room. Then came Moravia, Butch Cassidy. Further back, General Salute pushing out. Got underneath Corniche. Libertad got to the front. Moravia's on the scene. Libertad in front from Moravia. Butch Cassidy late, but it's Libertad in the San Domenico. Libertad beat Moravia and the fast finishing Butch Cassidy. Then General Salute with a checkered passage. Further back to the instructor, Introducing Corniche, Kandinsky Abstract, Untouchable Legend and Fire Star.
Congratulations. We still don't know how good this colt is.
It was, fantastic. As well, from the tricky draw, I don't know how, that was a masterstroke from Chad to end up in that spot. The plan was just to ride the horse. We didn't really know what to do from the gate, but he jumped really well. I thought we'd be further back than we were, but he just slotted into that spot, and I knew once he was there it was going to take a tough one to beat him. But the exciting thing with him is he's still pretty woolly in the coat. When I was saddling him up, he had tufts of hair coming out of him, and I actually rang Jason Stenning and said that there's going to be improvement to come from today. But he's an exciting colt, and just delighted. Big group of owners, including Trilogy. So he's taking them on a good ride.
It was exciting to take him from a midweek to a Group 3 in his first prep. Now to watch him come back and do that, and with the improvement you say is to come, where can he go to from here?
Well, hopefully just the traditional route, a couple of weeks into the run to the Rose and then the Golden Rose. I think it'll be better again over further, but you'll see what Chad's always had a lot of confidence in this horse. He sat on him like a church mouse coming up to the 250. I was getting worried he was leaving it a bit late, but he's just got a lot of ability, and I don't know, the sky's hopefully the limit with him.
Corey just made a good point. He said he wins on good tracks, he can win on a heavy track. He can race on the pace, he can race back as well.
Yeah, he's very diverse, and the nice thing with him as well, he's just got the most beautiful temperament to go with it.
Have fun with him.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Chad. This horse is so versatile. Like we were saying earlier this morning, she's won from behind the speed, she's won up on speed, she's won on soft, she's won on good. She's got strings to her bow. How good is she?
Very good. I must be honest, coming in today, I thought we might need the run, and obviously we drew the widest gate, and we actually planned to ride the horse quietly, but I did say I'd just ride the horse on feel, and he flew out the gates and just sort of sat on him. We flowed into a lovely position. From there, he just slept with me during the run, and I was able to sit and wait because I knew I had the 2 leaders covered, and when I pressed the button, he really quickened and he held him quite comfortably.
Were you concerned behind the gates when he started to melt?
Not really. I thought he was quite good. He, as a 2-year-old, he's actually been scratched a few times at the gates, so he's really turned the corner, and he was really good today, and it's exciting because I know there's a lot of improvement there.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Light is on for the Dooley's handicap. One of the more open betting races today. Set. And they're racing. The Grey Spangler was last out of the gates. Now Vernelli jumps sharp together with Glinda Silver. They're the two eyeing off the lead. Mission Phoenix is very handy right there on the rails as Glitter Silver went down to the rails to lead from Vernelli. Mission Phoenix holds that forward spot, and Political Debate's very handy. Fourth on the outside going to the first turn. Then came Mystery Shot on the inside of Tycoonus. 2 lengths to Dark Dream on the outside of Spangler. Then Caprice Debut from Lure Me In, and Inver Park from the wide draw was taken back to last. Glitter Silver shows the way by a half on Vernelli. Mission Phoenix and Political Debate very well positioned by McAvoy in fourth. Then came Mystery Shot, followed a half the outside to Tycoonus. They're followed by Dark Dream from Spangler, Caprice Debut, Lure Me In. Inver Park sees them all about a dozen lengths off the lead. So Glitter Silver, J4 did his job by firing it out of the gates, and Glitter Silver turns the corner in front from Vernelli. Now Political Debate pulls out, Tycoonus pulls out. Mission Phoenix needs room back on the rails. 300 to go. Glitter Silver still in front. Political Debate's going after him. Glitter Silver and Political Debate. Vernelli sticks on in the middle. Further back to Mystery Shot looking for room. It's Political Debate having a job to shake them off. Vernelli keeps fighting on the inside. It's Political Debate and Vernelli. Vernelli and Political Debate. Vernelli! Oh, brave Vernelli. Just won that from Political Debate. I think Mystery Shot third from Glitter Silver. Then Mission Phoenix. Further back to Lure Me In, Spangler, Inver Park, Tycoonus, Dark Dream and Caprice Debut.
Adrian Vernelli, just disappointing last start. What did you put that down to?
Yeah, may have just sort of got his tongue back there last start. He got the addition of the tongue tie today, and that may have been the difference. Just stretching out to 1400 as well, I think helped the 1200. It had him a bit stretched there last start, whereas today he was able to find a nice rhythm. He sort of settled settled nicely outside the lead there, and it just sort of allowed him to be strong late when Regan asked him to lift.
He was tough.
Very tough. He was under pressure pretty quickly there, but I was confident the horse was going to keep giving. He probably gave more than I thought he was going to there. He was excellent. Very tough late.
So he's back on track.
He's back on track. He's got a great win record. His consistency in recent starts hasn't necessarily been there. So good to see him back in the winter store.
Well done, Reegs. He was on the canvas 3 or 4 times, but he kept getting back up.
Yeah, no, exactly, Brownie. He's a tough horse. Normally takes a run, first up run in his preparation, then second, third up is when he really starts to hit his straps, and looked beautiful on paper today. Once Colino come out and able to control the race outside the leader and get a bit of a breather, and he fought political debate off the whole way down the straight.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
So Rosetta moves in, Dylan Gibbons aboard for Chris Lees, and the light is on, and we're ready to go. Last to 10 in the nightcap at Rosehill. Racing now, Astero wasn't great out off the inside. Arts gets back, Rosita gets back. Ammunitions jump best. Dalala pushing forward out deep, followed by Diamond Dealer pushing through on the inside of Pioneer River. A couple further back then to Astero in the early part. Carbling caught a little bit deep. Cuban Real being taken back. Brosnan is improving along the rails as they go into the first corner. And Rosita had dropped back to last. So Munitions shows the way. Bayless has got Dalala up running second. Diamond Dealer third, then came Pioneer River. Cast off the track at this point is Carbling from Astero, and Arts in the white cap is next. Further back then to Brosnan from Cuban Real, Lock Eagle, and Rosita is the last one. 500 metres to go. Munition spins in front from Delalat. Diamond Dealer's coming into the clear now from Pioneer River. The pair brush there, pushing Carbling deeper out at the 300 metres, and Delalat moved up to race to a narrow lead. Diamond Dealer's in pursuit. Then came Pioneer River. Astero making ground towards the inside as Diamond Dealer takes the lead from Astero late on the scene. Diamond Dealer from Astero. Diamond Dealer won the last from Astero. Pioneer River third. Then Brosnan flashing at the end from Dalala close up. Cuban Real and Rosita. Munitions getting a little bit tired from Carbling, and Arts was one of the last to finish.
That's why you're here, standing right here, right now.
It worked out very well. I guess when the gates came out on Wednesday, we thought would be a chance, and a big thrill. So they've been good, loyal clients of mine, and it's worked out really well. So I thought she'd be very competitive, and she sort of kept making progress every prep.
And she ran into horses like Mogo Magic and Alencia, the last couple. They're pretty good form races.
Yep, for sure. And I thought today she looked a treat, and coming off the last race, hopefully it would work out well. She was strong at the finish.
And by done deal.
Yeah, what a stallion. I haven't got enough of them, and he's gone very, very well. I think my father sold his nomination, but he's a superstar stallion. I'd love to get more in the stable, and we've got plenty of room in the stable at the moment. We had a good week this week, 3 winners.
Yeah. Congratulations, Moreland Cup yesterday.
Yeah, very good to win the Moreland Cup. And
another one into the big dance. How many you got in the big dance?
Not enough.
Is that the only one?
That's the only one, but we're going to be going to Dubbo and Bathurst. We've got those. Be very strong there, hopefully. But they're hard to win.
Just on the on Dad selling the done deal service, the share, I just get the feeling he's offloading all the inheritance. So there's not going to be much left.
Well, I'll tell you what, him and Mum have been overseas for 3.5 months.
There you go.
I've been on a cruise to Greenland and all these places. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, very expensive Greenland.
Ski holiday, spend the kids' inheritance, so I needed this today.
Well done, good on you.
Thank you.
Very well indeed, where he needs to be.
He's doing an absolute outstanding job. He's putting him all the right places and getting all the right runs, and I couldn't be happier for him. On that note, congratulations, mate. Tough win. You're out on your legs there at the 100, but found again.
Yeah, definitely. She's a little bit awkward away, but she found herself in the box seat on a nice tempo, and around the corner she got all the breaks, and I thought she was getting through her gears and the light weight was helping that, but I thought she was really strong late, and it was good to see her pick up and get the win.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.